Good morning, everybody. It's Justice for Comics. It is Thursday morning. I meant to do this video yesterday and just kind of ran out of time. So I'm going to be reviewing new comic books that are coming out next Wednesday, the 28th. So let's take a look at it here. We're going to use Midtown. And let's jump in and see what's coming out next week that I'm taking a look at and give you an idea of what to search for yourself. Starting off with Dark Horse. Cyberpunk 2077, You Have My Word, #1. The first series did pretty well. I think the first couple issues sold out and did pretty well in the aftermarket. Looks like the only one that sold out here is the B cover. So I don't know what that looks like yet, but that might be worth taking a look at your LCS. It is sold out on Midtown. Moving on to DC. Action Comics 1030. I do like that Tedesco cover. I mean, I really like his work. Just I've been off of Superman for a long time now. I mean, probably. Well, I tried giving it a go with Bendis, and I just didn't like it. I know that there is a new writer now, or maybe a couple new writers here on Action Comics and Superman, but yeah, Bendis is sort of, I don't know. I think he's being phased out. I think DC realized they made a big mistake picking him up. I do like the art on this cover, but I'm probably not going to buy it just because I can't buy a book that I really am not into. Batman Black and White, #5. Jenny Frison cover. That's the only one I pre-ordered. I love that cover. Pretty much love every Frison cover. Mostly she does portrait covers, but it's nice to see a full out, fleshed out scene. She doesn't do these very often, so it's kind of nice to see that. I do like this cover for Batman Superman #17. Miglieri, I think his name is Rodolfo Miglieri. It's a cool looking cover. I like it. It has that photorealistic style of kind of like a Alex Ross, J.G. Jones, right? Kind of like that style. It's nice. Definitely a good cover. It's interesting that they have a second printing for Detective 1034 by Brian Hitch. I don't know why they do, but they do. Detective 1035. Both covers are nice, but yeah, the Bermejo is just, yeah, it's fantastic. That's a fantastic cover. So pre-ordered that in advance. Harley Quinn I'm not buying. I mean, that is a nice Chew cover. I've been limiting my DC purchases. Really just a couple Batman titles. I did pre-order this Robin #1. There is some first excuse me, there is some first appearances in this issue. So it will be a key book to have. I don't know. Obviously, no one's really chasing it. I think they printed plenty. Still not sold out in Midtown. I think I just went with the A cover. There is a nice Kubert cover as well, and of course the Federici sketch cover for $45. That's a little bit too much money for a 1 in 25, but that might be a good pickup if you can get it around ratio. So, you might find an eBay seller that bought too many and needs to dump a few. That's if you want this issue, that's where I would look, is on eBay. Try to pay $25 to $30, no more than that. All right. What else from DC? I think that's it from DC. Dynamite Entertainment, of course, the typical 50 covers per issue. I mean, some of them are pretty nice. Vampirilla Purgatory versus Purgatory, a couple nice covers. Nothing that really just stood out that, oh yeah, I've had to buy this. Looks like the Kradansky cover sold out. That cover's pretty nice by how do you pronounce that name? Pugalian? I don't know. Carlo. We'll call him Carlo. There's a couple nice covers. Derek Chew cover's nice, but again, the cover has to blow me away for me to pick up one of those Dynamite books, just because I probably won't read it, unfortunately, because yeah, I can't believe they're still in business. Dynamite and IDW, I've been predicting for a while that they're going to go out of business. There's just not enough people buy their books. I mean, I know GI Joe sells decently, but man, it's not enough. They can't be making enough money on one or two titles. It's just impossible. I don't know how they're staying in business, to be honest. Oh well, enough on that. So I'm not picking anything up from IDW. Image. Is anybody buying Crossover still? I haven't heard anybody talking about it. I never picked up an issue. I think Donny Cates is. I think sometimes he's good. I think a lot of times though, he's overvalued. I don't think he's the greatest writer alive. Everyone thinks he's so great. I don't think he is. I felt the same way about Scott Snyder. I mean, I think Snyder in certain books and certain characters is good. I like Donny Cates' run on Venom. I thought he was good at that. I didn't think King in Black was all that great. And Crossover, the reason I didn't pick it up is I knew a couple people that read the first issue and said it was really not good. And apparently that ends up being the case because I don't think anybody's buying it anymore. Nothing sells out. I don't hear anybody talking about it anymore. Yeah, I think that book is dead. What else from Image? Department of Truth. That's probably their best-selling book right now, besides Ice Cream Man. So it's doing really well. Now, but we're pretty deep into the series now. I don't think you're going to see issues sell out like, the first 4 or 5 issues did really well, especially in aftermarket. I think those days are over. I mean, maybe once in a while they'll come out with some exclusive cover that grabs people's attention that might do well. But for the most part, I'm going to just pick up mainly the A covers just for the read. It has been a very good read so far. I'm into conspiracy theories anyways. I love that genre. So for me, going forward, I'm probably just going to pick up A covers and not chase every single variant cover. I do like the Scotty Young cover, though. And I'm a little shocked that it's not sold out. I mean, there's a lot of Scotty Young fans, and it's a pretty cool cover by him. I like that cover. Geiger, #1, the second printing by Gary Frank. A little shocked that that's not sold out. I know that the second print Glow in the Dark one sold out last week, and of course they've got a second print incentive cover. I'm assuming it's a 1 in 25, but that one sold out in Midtown for $40. I haven't read Geiger yet. I've heard some people say it's decent. It's not bad. We'll see. Another new book, Helm Grace, Grey Castle #1. I don't know really what this is about. It's an Image Top Cow collaboration. I do like the Tony Parker cover. I think if you had to pick one cover, I think that's the best one to get. I don't think I'm picking that up, though. Shadecraft #2. I think that first issue did really well. I think the cover that most people would be into is the Tula cover. Spawn 317. Yeah, I mean these covers by Behrens is awesome. Obviously, Matina might have a nice cover as well. I think I remember seeing that in the solicitations. I don't know why Midtown's not showing it. There's also a McFarlane cover. I mean, you can't go wrong pre-ordering Spawn. You pre-order it for $2. It's the cheapest comic book with the best quality and content in the market, in my opinion, for that price. Hats off to McFarlane for keeping Spawn at a $3 price, whereas the rest of the market now is what, $4 to $5 or more. So you get a lot of value with Spawn, and I think the world of Todd McFarlane. I think he is a legend in the business. He's just as important, in my opinion, as Kirby and all the other legends in the comic book world, in my opinion. Stan Lee, all those guys. I think he's right up there with all of them. All right. I think we're done with Image. Moving on to Marvel. Alien #1, second printing. Yeah, that's a pretty cool cover. I pre-ordered that through Things from Another World for cheap, for like $3. Just a cool looking cover. I like it. There was also an Incentive Patrick Gleason cover. It's okay. I mean, I think it's like a 1 in 25. Not interested in that one. Black Widow #6. This is a nice Raza cover. Yeah, I think it's a 1 in 25 for $31. Yeah, I don't know. If it was like $22, I might have pulled the trigger, but it's nice, but I don't know. I decided not to. Moving on. Miles Morales #25. I just went with the A cover on that one. I think all the other covers are terrible compared to the A cover, so I don't like any of them. Let's see. I do like this New Mutants Christian Ward cover. Pretty cool. I don't collect New Mutants. I haven't been buying New Mutants, but I do like that cover. Savage Avengers #20. I did grab this yesterday from Midtown. I love this cover. Holy crap. And for $3.59, you can't go wrong. Alex Horley is great artist. I love his covers. I mean, there's a lot of artists that draw like him. E.M. Gist draws very similarly. It's just this is just a great cover. I love it. Total cover buy. I don't know if this is a good read. I've been reading it off and on, Savage Avengers, but I think this cover is probably cover of the week for me. I don't think there's a better cover than this that's coming out next week. So I would try to grab that one if you love a good cover. Silk #2 incentive cover. I'm not surprised that's sold out. I pre-ordered that one. I was very early on Silk. I picked up several issues of that Spider-Woman #9 incentive cover, which blew up. I bought it for $40. A couple, 3 issues, and it's what, a $200 some book now. I knew that this one was going to be hot. It's not near as good as the Spider-Woman cover. It's still kind of cool. It's trendy. It's a yellow cover. It's interesting. So I picked it up for about $40, a couple copies. Sold out for $60. I think it sells around $65 to $75 on eBay, so kind of right in line with that price. I may end up selling one of my copies. I don't know, but it is a cool cover. She's a fresh new artist, kind of like a Peach Momoko, has that interesting anime type style. So I'm not surprised that sold out. Let's see what else we got here. Star Wars Darth Vader. I did grab this one. I just love this cover. Star Wars Empire Strikes Back 40th anniversary cover. Movie poster. I just think that's a cool looking cover. So total cover buy. I don't expect it to really do anything in the aftermarket, but I just like the cover. Marvel's #1, Alex Ross cover. Several covers here. Pacheco cover, the Epping cover, and of course I'm not surprised that the Delato cover is sold out. That's really cool. I pre-ordered a couple copies around $50. Already sold one for over $100. So I love when I can do that. If I can buy a couple copies, sell one, and make enough profit off the one I sold to easily pay for the other one that I'm keeping in my collection. That's basically, I've got a lot of books in my collection where I've done that, where I literally have no cost basis for the book. I basically have it in my collection for free. So once in a while you can do that. It doesn't always work that way, but this one, it definitely worked for me. So I'm glad to have picked up a couple copies, sold one, and it paid for the other copy I'm keeping. I think that's it for Marvel. Moving on to Independence. 20 Fists #1. This sold out very quickly. I did notice that it sold out very quickly on Midtown yesterday, so I don't know what the print run on this is. It might be very low. So keep your eyes open for that one, perhaps, at your LCS. Abbott 1973 #4. The black and white Virgin by Jen Bartel sold out. I'm not surprised. It's a good looking cover. She's really known for her coloring, though. Like, you'd think this one would sell out. The coloring, she's kind of known for the coloring more than the actual design. Berserker #1, third printing by Dan Mora, the foil. $100 Midtown wants for this. Holy crap. Crazy. I pre-ordered 2 copies from Things from Another World for $3 each. So I'm pretty happy that I did that, obviously. I had a feeling this book could be, I thought maybe it would be like a $20 book on the week of release, but $100, that's crazy. I mean, it's been selling for at least that on eBay. There's been some sales, I think, in the $125 to $150 range on eBay. So technically, $100 on Midtown versus what it's been selling for on eBay might be a good price. Crazy. I'm glad I paid $3 for my copies. But Berserker's been doing well. I mean, it's definitely been a pretty good book for Boom Studios. A lot of interest in it. The other one I like here is this Cold Dead War #2. That's been selling out very quickly. George C. Romero, the son of the famous George Romero who did all the zombie movies. This is his son. George Romero passed a few years ago. His son is sort of picking up the mantle, and I think the zombie world is in good hands with the son. And this comic series seems to be doing well. The first issue sold out and is selling for about $20 in the aftermarket. The one I really like, though, is still available. It's an exclusive from Bulletproof Comics, which I don't buy a lot of comic books from them. I mean, I have on occasion. Delato's done some interesting covers in the past for Bulletproof, but I haven't really bought anything from them in quite a long time. And man, I love this, the Virgin cover especially. The print run's only 150 copies. I picked up one yesterday. I love this cover. This probably is in my top 10 covers of the year so far for 2021. I just think this cover is absolutely fantastic. $40. I mean, it's a little bit pricey for an exclusive, but the print run's only 150. So I'm kind of shocked that it's not sold out yet. So I did post this on my Instagram yesterday, and I did see a couple subscribers messaged me asking me where they could buy this. So I do think my posting about it in maybe my videos will drive some sales. So don't sleep on this. I do think this will sell out, at least the Virgin copy. If you go on eBay right now, eBay sellers are asking $75 to $100 for this book. So don't go pay eBay prices. Pick it up here from Bulletproof for $40. That's what I did. I picked up a copy. I also picked up, which is on sale, which is the trade dress, which the trade dress is limited to only 350 copies. So that's pretty good. And it's only $18. So I picked up a Virgin copy and the trade dress yesterday. If you like this cover, I would suggest you do the same. I like it way, way better than the regular A cover that came out, which of course sold out pretty much all the shops. And the print run on this is low. I mean, you're not talking about a lot of copies. If this thing gets optioned, it's George C. Romero's Jr., basically, who knows? Maybe this gets developed into a movie at some point. These books will blow up. These will be super expensive books because the print runs are so low. So that's my recommendation. If you're thinking about picking up the A cover from issue #1 that I missed as well, I think this one's better. I think this is a way creepier, crazy looking cover. So, and it's going to be about the same price. It's about $18 for the regular A cover on eBay. And you can get this one, which is way lower print run. 350 copies is going to be way, way lower than the A cover that was produced. So just a lot of people don't know about this. So that's why you watch my channel. I clue you guys to stuff that I would want to know if I was in your shoes. So I would recommend picking that up. All right, moving on. Cult of Dracula #2. think I pre-ordered both copies. Definitely the one I'm really into is the Shannon Mayer cover. I mean, it's fantastic. Shannon Mayer is a great artist. Been collecting his work since he first started, and he just continues to pump out awesome looking covers. Dune House Atreides. I think I pre-ordered that Frizzen cover, just the regular B cover. There is also an incentive cover, black and white, which is nice. Not sold out though. Let's see. I think there's a few more. Yeah, Shannon Mayer did another exclusive cover for Firefly, looks like. So you got about a 1 in 25 ratio, and I think this is probably a 1 in 50, the Virgin. It's a nice looking cover. I'm not into Firefly. I don't really collect that series, but those that do, that would definitely be something to chase. This one sold out pretty quickly. I noticed yesterday, Galactic Rodents of Mayhem, #1. I kind of like the name of that title. It is a Scout comic book. I don't know. Scout books lately have been selling pretty well. The problem is, you know, let's say this sells for $8 to $10 on eBay next week because it sold out in Midtown. The problem is it gets an initial bump. A lot of Scout books get a little boost in the beginning, and then a couple weeks later, it goes right back down to cover price. So don't pay more than cover price if you want this book, is my suggestion. So the fact that it sold out in Midtown just means that the print run's probably pretty low. Maybe your local shop will have one. I don't know. I'm picking up just the first issue just to give it a read. It sounds interesting. I don't know. But I don't get too excited about Scout books. They don't normally do well long term, for sure. All right, another interesting cover. Happy Hour #6, Ahoy Comics. That definitely looks like Steve Austin, right? The wrestler. That totally looks like him. Yeah, it's a cool looking cover. I'm surprised it's not sold out. I would have guessed that one would be gone by now, which tells me the print run must be higher on that one. I Breathe the Body #4. I did pick up the first 2 issues. I don't know. I didn't really like it. I thought it was weird. It was too freaking weird. I didn't like it. So I'm probably gonna sell my copies. I'll try to sell them anyways. I don't think they're gonna sell. Lady Death swimsuit #1. Yeah, it's a cool looking cover. I like the effect with the hair and all that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Sold out. Coffin Comics. I mean, there's definitely a niche collecting base that collects those books. Magic #1. There's a second printing that's still available at Midtown. Don't know what the cover looks like yet. What else we got here that looked interesting? The Modern Frankenstein. I don't know much about that. Heavy Metal's been hitting some pretty good books lately, though. Nuclear Family #3. I did pick up the first 2 issues. I think it's just a 5-issue series. I'm gonna probably pick it all up. It sounds like an interesting read. So I have that on my pull list. Once in Future #18. That's been a good series. At this point, I'm just picking up A covers. I'm not grabbing incentive covers anymore unless it knocks my socks off. #17 incentive cover was probably the best I've seen so far. This one's okay. It's all right. It's nothing to get too excited about. What else we got here that I thought looked interesting? Volume 6 of Shadow Man. I don't think anybody cares anymore. Valiant is another one of those companies that I think will go out of business eventually. Snatch #1, a new series by Scout Comics. It sold out very quickly on Midtown. I don't really know what this is about. It's kind of a nasty looking cover though. So I did grab one on my pull list just to give it a read. Something is Killing the Children #1, the 8th printing. It did sell out in Midtown. They were limited to 1 per customer. I don't know. I think a lot of shops pre-ordered this. I don't think this book is going to really do anything. Maybe there's a little bit of a move in the aftermarket initially, but I don't. To me, it seems like there was a lot of people that were buying this ahead of time, pre-ordering it, that kind of thing. So I don't expect that to do that well in the aftermarket. That might be it. I think that is it that I'm looking at. Yeah. Yep, that's it. So that's what's coming out next week, guys, that I'm taking a look at and paying attention to. Maybe there's something there that I missed that I should have mentioned. Please leave that in the comments. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell for notifications. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Maybe there was a book that's coming out next week that I should have talked about and highlighted. Leave that in the comments. I'd love to get your opinion on that. I will, again, this is to let everyone know I should have John Guillong tonight at 9 p.m. on my channel. I am going to be reviewing and talking to him about art, comics, his process, how does he come up with his crazy style. So at 9 p.m. this evening, I will be live with John Guillong. He's changed the appointment a few times on me, so hopefully he's going to show up. You never know with these artists. They're interesting folk. But hopefully he'll show up at 9 p.m. and we'll interview him and everyone that wants to participate in the chat. If you got questions in the chat, please post them. I'll be interacting with everyone in the chat as well while we're interviewing. So that should be a good time. Tune in this evening, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my Whiskey, Cigar, and Comic show, Justice for Comics YouTube channel. All right, guys, hope you have a great day. I'll see you soon.